is happening in So I want to discuss this particular literature text with you people. I have been discussing this with our students, but I felt like, having a free discussion of this book here with you people. So the plot overview is that the play tells a story of a traditional marriage between the protagonist, Anansewa, and a powerful man in the community. However, the marriage becomes symbolic of the larger conflicts in society, such as the tension between tradition and individual freedom. The story delves into societal expectations, family dynamics, and the sacrifices individuals must make for their roles within the society. So I like to tell you that this book is just about a man called Ananse, and the child is Anansewa. So the child is, of course, a daughter whom he wants to give out in marriage. It's very important to note that Ananse and Anansewa has symbolism in the way they appear as a name, even though this is happening in Okay.
All right. That was very funny. I just hope this doesn't happen to you in your exam hall. I just hope Nigeria do not happen to you in such a way that you are writing and then the light goes off. This is one of the things students complain all the time. So going back to the book I was talking about earlier, the marriage of Anansewa happens to be one of the texts given to literature students. It has to do with a Ghanaian man called Ananse, and it is set in Ghana. So this man is a cunning man who uses his tricks to, manipulate 4 rich men in the society, and those rich men happens to love the child and want to marry the child. But then he used his influence to get to know the one who loves her more. So the long and short of it is that that Anansewa girl is complicit, and the story has its own themes, and I will read out the themes right now as you are seeing on the screen. So as you can see, very importantly, the plot is Ghana around the Akan people, right? And then the characters are Ananse, that is the father, the trickster, the daughter Anansewa. You can see the repetition in their name. Then there is Aya, his traditional mother. There are themes of greed, the themes of commodification of marriage, the intersection of traditional Akan marriage customs with modern educated and economic aspirations. The style there is the play utilizes Anansegoro, a style in Ghana that is storytelling that incorporates music, dance, and direct interaction with the audience. The main point of this story is that this girl is complacent with the manipulation of his father. It happens that the father is using the girl to get what he wanted. But at the end of the day, the girl got what she wanted because the chief whom she later married is the chief who truly loved her. Because after they came up with the idea that they are going to play the role of dead, they're going to play that the child is dead, because it got stuck at a point where all the shooters wanted to cluster. Would I say cluster? Or they wanted to, like, it all wanted to happen at the same time. So the man had to fake the girl's death. He wanted to choke up, so the man had to fake the girl's death. And at that point, the girl was complacent. She was she complied to that. So it's not more of a toxic thing from the father. It is something you would say that the girl has her own hands in. And I think that will be that about this story. If you like the story, you can look up for it, and you can also watch out and follow us. We are going to post stories about questions, JAMB questions on this story in my next video. Let's go to the next story. The story is The Path of Lucas, the journey he endured. Now, this guy is the main character, and the theme of this story is friendship, family, bonding. And I love this story because it's one of the stories that stood out in the texts JAMB gave this particular year. So you're going to see the themes. The theme of this story particularly is explores on resilience, and then you can see other things on the screen like I'm showing you. I don't want to say much about this, but I just wanted you to know that it's such a story that stands out. So the path does not die. That's the next text. Now, I am particularly doing today's work on literature students, not because they are the only ones, but then it's very important that they see this, right? Like I was saying, today is for literature students. So the theme is tradition versus change, and the conflict and identities as a young girl feels stigma and partial initiation, leading to the long struggle of belonging. This particular story is what's being read. Do you know what I'm gonna do with this story? Read what's on my screen. If you've read this story, so that will make it very much interactive, I want you to comment in the section and ask me just any question. I'm going to attend to you. If you can explain this question, do please, so that other students can learn it. If you can explain this particular text, please do, so that other students can learn it from you in the comment section. We can do a brainstorming and question and answer on the comment. Coming to our classes, for those who are saying that it's less than 30 days, we are still offering classes, and our classes are going very well. You can plug into any of these classes. Our advice, you go for premium or exclusive. We do not teach you. We put your hands into exactly what you're supposed to be doing right now, because there is no time. And again, we explore past questions where you answer questions that are going to come out, JAMB real questions, right? Moving on, I want to introduce you to a book I used to talk about all the time. That is the JAMB SWOT. I don't have to say much. Just take a look at your screen. If you love what you are seeing, you are supposed to pay 2,500 naira to get this, a pathway to become, a pathway to score just any mark, just any score. Get admission into just any course of your choice. That's all I'm gonna say for today concerning this book. Those who know us and those who have been around, they have bought this book and they know what it did for them. See you in the next one. Like, share, and comment.
Okay, you know what? I changed my mind, so I'm back here. As you can see, all these links here are clickable. The playlists are clickable. You see access to our classes. After JAMB What Next is actually a program we run every year, and the hyperlinks are here. Everything you see here, they are clickable. Here you see your reading habits. You see our testimonies. You see our paid plans. You can have access to all of this or some of these plans, even though they are paid. I left it for you to have access to it. You can see the pack, the Nkuzify subjects hacks, actually the hacks for all the subjects. You can click on them and then have them free. You can also see the summary of the Lekki Headmaster. You can buy this.